கடல் கடந்த கப்பலும் காதலும் ஒரே வழியில் சென்றன. Trade that crossed oceans and love that crossed hearts. They sailed the same path. In the heart of ancient Tamilakam, where the scent of sandalwood floated in the air and the shores echoed with the songs of the sea, a young trader prepared for his journey. His name was Arivan, a man of sharp wit, humble roots, and dreams as vast as the ocean. Born in the thriving port town of Puhar, Arivan was the son of a spice merchant. But unlike his father, who traded within the coast of Tamilakam, Arivan was drawn to distant lands. Rome, Egypt, Lanka, names that lived in the stories of elders, whispered in the hum of wind-blown sails. But this story is not just of his voyages across the sea. It is of a different kind of journey, of love. In a village nestled between green hills and flowering groves lived Ilanji, daughter of a poet and a skilled herbalist. Her days were spent collecting herbs in the early morning mist, and her evenings listening to songs sung by wandering birds. Ilanji was known for her calm voice and curious mind. While others dreamed of ornaments, she dreamt of places she had never seen. She would sit by the river, watching the boats pass by, wondering what stories they carried. She never expected one of those stories would be her own. It was during the Chittirai festival in Puhar that Arivan and Ilanji first met. Traders from across the seas had docked their ships. The markets bloomed with silk, spices, and rare gems. The air was thick with music and the mingling of 100 tongues. Ilanji had come with her father, who was reciting verses at the Sangam assembly. Arivan, freshly returned from Lanka, was displaying a rare pearl he had brought back. Their eyes met, not in some dramatic fashion, but in the simple glance of curiosity. Ilanji asked about the pearl. Arivan replied, not with pride, but with the story of how he found it deep within stormy waters. She smiled, not at the pearl, but at the way he told the story. That smile stayed with him longer than the applause of any buyer. They met again and again and again. First by coincidence, then by design. In the early days, they spoke little, a shared glance, a quiet moment beneath the flowering kurinji tree. But when the words did come, they flowed like the Vaigai during monsoon. He spoke of the stars he had followed across oceans. She spoke of ancient herbs and the secret language of flowers. They taught each other. He, the ways of the world. She, the meaning behind the unseen. When Arivan was away on trade voyages, Ilanji would send letters. Not long letters, but verses. நீ இல்லா நாட்கள் நிலவுக்கும் ஓரங்கம். The days without you, even the moon seemed distant. And Arivan, miles away under foreign skies, would hold these verses close, more precious than any gemstone he traded. But not all stories sail smoothly. When Arivan returned after a long journey, he was offered a rare chance, an invitation from the Sora king to become royal envoy to Rome. It was an honor, a legacy. But it also meant years away he met Ilanji beneath their usual tree. The river was quiet that day. Ilanji, he said, I've been given something great. You always have, she smiled gently. Even your heart was a treasure. He paused. I don't wish to leave you behind. She took his hand. I was never behind you, Arivan. I was always beside you, even across ocean. Arivan declined the envoy position. Instead, he chose to stay, to build trade from within Tamilakam. With Ilanji, he built a small house by the hills, not far from the river. They lived simply but richly, in love, in learning, and in laughter. His trade prospered. Her herbal knowledge became legend. Together, they raised children who grew up listening to stories of love that traveled farther than any ship ever could. காதல் என்பது கடந்து செல்லும் பயணம் அல்ல, அது எங்கேயோ இருந்து நம்மை அடைகிறது. Love is not a journey we undertake. It is something that finds us wherever we are. And so, in the land of Sangam, where poems were carved in palm leaves and hearts, the love of a trader and a girl became more than memory. It became history.